You focus on getting your white mana. I'd buy that for $1. Double white. We have one double green card in here, but largely double white is the most important. For decks like this one. Yeah, it's going to be... The two things that are interesting to me is that there's no ramp creatures in this deck. And there are no cantrips in it. The no cantrips might be fine. A lot of the cantrips are pretty bad in Modern by and large, but no ramp creatures is interesting. Yeah, we played Esper Gifts a couple of days ago, but the thing that this deck does different than Esper Gifts was doing is that this deck has things like Scavenging Ooze and Kitchen Finks in it, which I think make a big deal. Cards that like actually interact and play with the board while buffering your health total or make an archetype like this more reasonable. Update Stream Decker, yep. I don't think we're in the business of mulliganing hands like this. Teleria West. Could be Amulet Titan, could be Blue-Red Prison, could be Blue Tron. And just like that, this is... you could run Magic Online via Wine. I'm currently streaming Magic Online from a Linux computer. That way you don't even need to dual boot or set up a VM. This is exemplifying a very typical control deck problem. You know, we've got Abrupt Decay and Supreme Verdict in my hand, and our opponent just played a Tron land, and we're like, well, we kept a hand that was a little bit shaky potentially, but it had a couple of reasonable spells in it, and now, like, these spells just don't do anything in this matchup by and large, so, like, we're super far behind now. I'm going to cast this in the hope that it gets to kill them. How do you think the blue-white deck fares versus burn? I think any deck that can't actually kill burn is probably bad against burn. And blue-white firmly falls into the camp of it can't kill burn. Burn is very redundant and will eventually kill you give enough time to draw more burn spells. I have no idea, Rowan. I don't do MTG finance stuff. I'm one of the people who is in the lucky position where when I want a card, I just borrow it. And if I can't borrow it, I just buy it and then sell it back later. Although thankfully with playing less Paper Magic, I don't have to do that anymore. Like, insane is a loose definition. Like, it reads gain 4 to 6 health. Like, 3 mana gain 4 to 6 is fine. I think insane is a little bit of a strong definition. I think it's passable. I think if you have 2 Gideons and you manage to draw one of your 2 Gideons, you'll have a better chance of beating them. But I wouldn't say it automatically makes it good. And like, remember, these aren't decks that have Ponder and Brainstorm in them. When you're playing your 2 of, you're going to have a really hard time finding your 2 of consistently. Whoa! Our Abrupt Decay has text, chat. And I know they have their own Academy runes there, but this doesn't draw the card. It just puts it on top of their deck. So they're going to have to actually spend a card to get this back. It's still very difficult, Death Fangirl. This is Magic. Nothing is actually unwinnable. Matches, I'm just going to concede and move to the next game. We just, like, actually, the only spells we drew were Snapcaster Verdict. Just, like, get cards in our deck that could actually make this possible, maybe. Raven's Crime is great. Loam Crime is great. Fatal Push is terrible. Abrupt Decay is pretty bad. Do I not want the Iona? Hey Jeff, I love all the modern content. Now I never run out of content to watch between the stream and the YouTube. And this chat lurker get his monthly timeout. Thanks for the 3-month free subscription, that bad control player. I appreciate the continued support. I feel like Iona on blue is okay, but drawing it would also really suck. Thragtusk is pretty slow. This Spyglass might actually be okay. I feel like I usually don't like Damping Sphere in this matchup. It's usually not amazing against Blue Tron. Especially since we have like Field of Ruin and Ghost Quarter along with Loam to keep them off of Tron. So I think Damping Sphere I want to save for like Storm and like Green Tron. Yeah, I don't quite think Spellbomb's good enough here. Yeah, I don't think I have any other cards that like actively. I guess you could argue 4 Paths is too many. This is probably better than the 4th Path. Thomp with the 4-month resub. Thank you very much and welcome back. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, exactly. I think we aren't applying enough pressure. I think this hand's great. We get to, I'm going to fetch a tap land on 1, Thoughtseize on 2, and then probably snap Thoughtseize on 3. Yeah, I don't think this matchup is unwinnable for us by any means. I think we have a real chance here. I just think the way our draw lined up that first game, we definitely weren't winning that one, so I was just going to cut to the chase. So we want our next 2 lands to make green and white mana for this this Kitchen Finks. I think it just has issues right now, ASMK. I'll have to report that to the people that make it. So do I take Condescend or do I take Thirst? I take Condescend, right? So that way I can snap Thoughtseize next turn. It depends on the position, Nee. It depends on what my board state is. It depends on infinite other factors. Again, one of the things that makes Magic really interesting is that there aren't cut and dry solutions to a lot of things. It's like, should you always do something? The answer is almost never, no, you don't always do that. The answer is often, yeah, a lot of the time you want to do that, but you don't go, this is always what you want to do 100% of the time. That's rarely correct. I'm just going to get fetch a basic forest here, although they're not pressuring me, right? Do I just like keep hammering my health total? Nah, I'm going to get basic forest. Thanks, Style. As always, they'll be up on YouTube after we're done today. I'm pretty sure I just want to take Thirst here. I think with the Kitchen Finks next turn, I can pressure this this card. Or do I want the Lingering Souls? No, I'm gonna play the Finks. Adds more power. And remember, if you're on mobile and the Stream Decker is not updating for you, you can still type !deck in chat to get a link to the deck. Delve Ugin in 2 turns. Maybe. Probably. Certainly. Maybe I should have taken Ugin. Let's do this. Try and find the discard spell. That's unfortunate. So we're getting Ugined. I guess I picked this land back up. They have like Karn too still is the issue. And this is why I never understand why people play Blue Tron. Because, like, the reason why we're going to lose this game is because they're doing things like Green Tron does. So, like, I don't understand the appeal. I have a Hallowed Fountain in my deck still, right? Yeah, I'm going to shock this in and Path to Exile this token. Try and kill Corporate Karn here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not playing anything else out here. So I might as well just try and kill them, right? So this one's going at Corporate Karn, and then these will go at them. It's like normal Tron, but makes them feel less guilty. Because if I go all at the player, they just get to down tick their Karn again to block the Lumbering Fall. So it's not a lethal threat, Adam. And this way I get to guaranteed take the Karn off the table. So because Karn represents a chump blocker, it's not worthwhile. Why did we is that a serious question? Or did you miss the part where they had Ugin in their hand? The only reason we're still playing while they had Ugin in their hand is because we're going to potentially be able to Maelstrom Pulse the Ugin after it cleared our board. But once they Mind Slaver us, they're going to get to use our Maelstrom Pulse, and then we're just too far behind. All right, a little bit of humans. So I probably want to set up to be able to Brutality on 2 without having to shock. Hey, Jeremy, thanks for the bits and the support. Yeah, the deck was neat. For sure. In the future, and this is a good note to everybody who contributes decks to the stream, always remember that even after you submit a deck, obviously they usually wait in the queue for a little bit unless you send a ton in with them. You are perfectly welcome to tune and change things in your deck list after you submit it, so long as you don't change the archetype. So, especially when new cards are printed, or even if you just test more and find like you wanted a different card, you're welcome to do that, encouraged to do that. I am not playing Blue Red Fae today. I tweeted out the deck list that I'm playing. Unlike the children who are complaining about the Pro Tour requiring them to submit decks a day in advance, I'm capable of getting a deck together a day in advance. So I'm gonna since we drew the path, originally I was gonna Brutality this, but since we drew path and they named path with this, I'm gonna Brutality that and then path the champion afterwards. Honestly, the way humans plays is kind of a big knock against the Gifts Ungiven package, because I'm not going to be able to lock them out of the game like we would most creature decks with Elesh Norn, because Reflector Mage is going to be a really big problem, right? Iona Name White could be okay. They don't have Aether Vial in this specific game, so that could end up being fine. So do I want to play Kitchen Finks, or do I want to get... I can play to find another continent months in advance, but I can't decide 75 pieces of cardboard one day earlier. Yep. It's a hard knock life. Do. It's a hard knock life. Do. Yeah, I think I want to just gifts and then put a thing into play. The reason for submitting deck lists in advance is so coverage can put together information to present to people watching the event. In fact, many Hearthstone, and it's funny because some of these people are the same people complaining about how much Hearthstone players get paid compared to Magic players. Most Hearthstone tournaments require players to submit decks a week in advance so coverage can not only produce things, but hype up the decks that are going to be played. I think I am going to get Elesh Norn here just to clean their board out since they drew the Aether Vial, they're going to be able to Reflector Mage us in a couple of turns regardless if I get the Iona. So I definitely just want to clear their board here. I actually think WotC coverage has improved a good deal in recent years. I think they've made an effort to improve their coverage, and it really shows. And they fixed that wannabe beetle. Yeah, and for Hearthstone tournaments, you have to have 4 different decks together. You're not even just submitting one. You have to have 4 decks together a week in advance. Yeah, we can also just recast the Elesh Norn if they Reflector it, which is also very true. Honestly, I like a lot of the Grand Prix coverage better than the PT coverage. It is absurd to me that we don't have time-shifted matches at the Pro Tour. That's my one huge complaint at this point. I don't understand how there are not time-shifted matches on Pro Tour coverage. I'm confident SCG doesn't do time shifted matches because of money. It's very expensive to set up. Very expensive to set up. You have to have basically a second commentary crew hired for each weekend because you can't have the same people working for 10 hours straight, and you have to have more equipment set up. Yeah, Riley's been a good person for WotC coverage. I'm excited that they added TJ from Geek Fortress. It's nice to have him on there. He always has good energy too. I really feel like a lot of people undervalue having good energy while streaming Magic. Like, Magic doesn't have the explosions of, you know, like a normal game that people are watching as an esport. So like being able to like have your commentators bring energy to the table is important. Estimation, I'm going to be playing Grixis Dragons. Grixis Dragons is 2 decks from now. This is the second match with this one, so probably 3 hours in the future or so. Basically, just want to get things that can kill this Elesh Norn. So this guarantees I can kill Elesh Norn. Get this Eternal Witness too. This is a sweet gifts pile. Snap, Witness, double removal. Pulse will not hit my Elesh Norn because this is a phantasmal image. This will die to its trigger, meaning the pulse doesn't actually resolve. All right, so this is a Bontu's matchup. This is an extra Abrupt Decay matchup. This is an explosive matchup. Honestly, no, because oh yeah, I could have gotten Fatal Push. You're right, because Fatal Push can still target, right? Yeah, you're correct. I could have gotten Fatal Push. I think this is actually important because it prevents them from bouncing this. Honestly, as someone who makes content and has adverts on the stream, I understand that you need adverts to survive. It's the positioning of the ads that are the issue with SCG coverage, in my opinion. Like, SCG, because they don't have time-shifted feature matches, has a bunch of downtime between matches anyways. So it's silly, in my opinion, that they run their ads in the middle of the match instead of putting them at the end and the start of every match. Because, like, they're gonna have downtime at the end and the start of a match anyways. It would be like me cutting to an ad right now while we're sideboarding instead of telling you why we're sideboarding. It's really awkward. All right, what else am I cutting here? Batterskull's too clunky, right? I think I want Thragtusk as a way to gain some health. I think I want this gifts package. Maybe I want to cut one gifts, actually. Maybe 4 is too many. Yeah, I think that's actually true. Let's cut 1. I mean, they post that on YouTube afterwards, Ghost. They always post that afterwards. No, I think Spyglass is too narrow. I'm gonna go ahead and submit this. I think I don't want anything else. Yeah. You're always gonna lose people when you run some ads, regardless of when you run them. So, like, putting them in the middle of your match and losing people mid-match seems silly to me. I think I want to just push this. Maybe I should have mulliganed this hand. It has Elesh in the opener. Yeah, I probably should have mulliganed this because it has Elesh in the opener. This hand was bad. This hand was a trap. I looked at this hand and I saw spot removal, lands, and spells, and I didn't assess what the rest of the spells were in the hand, and this definitely shouldn't have been a keep. I drew the Unburial Rites too. Yep. That's true. Actually, Brutality is a good draw at this point, right? If we draw Brutality, this hand actually becomes very good. Time-shifted feature matches are, at Grand Prix, they record a second match while they're live commentating one, and then they recast the recording with things like shuffling and sideboarding cut out of it. It's A+ content. And they're streamed with live commentary after they've been recorded once the main feature match finishes. It allows them to cut down on downtime during the stream and show more actual magic. They're very, very good. Yeah, it has live commentary too. It's very that in my mind in my opinion is the biggest improvement that's been made to Grand Prix coverage since I started playing and watching Magic. It's a shame I didn't mulligan that hand, because their hand was pretty bad, huh? This hand is good enough. Ghost Quarter's pretty awkward, though. Thoughts on Green-White Value Town a la Todd Stevens. We refer to Green-White Value Town in this channel as Green-White Unplayables. So that'll probably give you my thoughts and feelings on that deck in a very, very direct and specific manner. I stick by my Green-White Unplayables definition. Todd Stevens registered Tron at the last team open. That's how we feel about Green-White Unplayables. All right, so I think I want to just go Lumbering Falls, Brutality this. This could be punishing if they have Meddling Mage or another freebooter. This isn't blocking. I'm fine if they want to trade, so I'm going to attack. That's true. Tireless Tracker is very good. Brutal. That's an interesting line to Fizzy Man. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. I think I probably should have done that. I'm going to telegraph the crap out of what's about to happen to them, but that's fine. They probably can't do anything about it. This is my Gifts Ungiven. You ready to get got? I got a present. I got a present. All right, we're taking 7 here. We're taking 8 from the fetch. If they don't have Reflector Mage, we should be in a good spot here. Actually, one of the things that's probably misbuilt about this deck, the fact that I can't Gifts Ungiven for Wrath of God effectively is probably bad. Like, there should probably be a Damnation or a Day of Judgment, so that way I can cast Gifts Ungiven and get Supreme Verdict, Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, because I guess there's a Bantu's. I guess Bantu's kinda counts. And I feel like I want 4 4-mana Wrath, or 3 4-mana Wraths. I think this is definitely an Elesh Norn Rites Gifts Ungiven here. No, I think Noxious Revival is pretty bad in these fair decks. I think people are so used to Noxious Revival being nuts in the combo deck that Storm, they're underestimating how bad that card actually is. Alright, if we don't get Reflector Mage tier, we're going to throw them in a dumpster. Ding. Whoa, they forgot to attack. That's good for us. Ayo. Ayo. That's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one, chat. Let's play this for 1. I got souls, man. I got souls, and they linger. You guys get that lingering feeling? That lingering feeling? Oh, did they forget to attack or did they give up on like? That's an interesting philosophical question. It could really go either way. Alright, we need more souls. We need more souls, chat. We've got spirit, yes we do. We've got spirit, how about you? I think Yahenni's expertise just doesn't do enough Anoronics by and large. Especially in a deck like this that doesn't have many actual creatures. I think you just want like actual super effects. The old sacrifice my noble hierarch to pump my champion. Yep. Oh, I should blow EE, huh? Yeah, that's a good idea. Because it kills the vial, too. This way, if they do have land Reflector Mage, we're okay. Ooh, they named Illusion. Go to 8. Trigger. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. We've got spirit. How about you? Get him. Get him. Arrgh. Arrgh. All right, we're 1-1. We're waiting for the third match to pop in this Gifts Ungiven League. I'd like to thank everyone for hanging out. I do appreciate it. My name is Jeff Hogan. I'm a full-time stream meme content producer. This deck, like most of the decks we play on this channel, is a viewer-submitted deck list. If you're interested in finding out how I could play your deck list on stream, be sure to check out the link down below, that deck submission, bit.ly/HugelSellout, if you want to type that in directly. You can also support my content past that by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Cardsphere.com. We'd love to help you turn some of your cards into other cards directly to their players. There's no haggling. They just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com would love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. CoolStuffInc.com buy and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards there. And of course, this stream wouldn't be possible without viewers like Anoronix, Justin, Nivik, and all y'all out there. If you are enjoying the stuff, make sure you hit the follow button. If you can't stick with us all day today while we're streaming Modern, be sure to check out my YouTube channel later, youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. All my stuff gets archived there, and I break it up by deck so you can watch just the matches that you care about. We're 1-1 in this league with 4-color gifts control. We're on the draw. I think this is keepable. We have Path to Exile to hopefully slow down an aggressive start out of the opponent, and we've got Eternal Witness to Rebite, and we got a Gifts Ungiven, hopefully go over the top of whatever they're doing. See what they've got going on. Afternoon, Ecto. Everyone's having a good Friday. TGIF. Having a good start to your weekend. I think there might be parts of the land down under where it's already Saturday. I'll lose track, though. Lose track. I know when people are asking for a complimentary timeout. Emeria, the Sky Rune, Thraben Inspector. No, chat. We've made it to the mono white bracket. The mono white bracket is dark and scary. I've got basic planes. Inspector Gadget gonna give it to you. He's so angry, and he's coming in our general direction. Anti-Trumpet, best of luck with Faye this weekend. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm gonna have a good time. I think I would like to be able to top 32 maybe, but Magic's a high variance game. If we run bad, we'll play. Ooh, getting a path out of their hand on Scavenging Ooze is pretty big here. Means that this Gifts Ungiven will possibly do more. Oh, geez. Can they beat Iona on white? Can they beat Iona on white? They're a mono white deck, chat. How do they beat Iona on white? Huh, woo, lordy. Woo. I was thinking about Elesh Norn killing all their creatures. And then I was like, wait, how do they beat Iona on white? Oh, baby. Nice mono white deck, opponent. Nice mono white deck. Norn's the better. I think that's significantly wrong. I think it's very wrong to get Elesh Norn first. I'm putting an Iona into play with a Batterskull on it. If you don't want to put Batterskull on our Iona, chat, you're probably unreasonable, because you should want to put Batterskull on your Iona. You should probably want to put Batterskull on your Iona. Unburial Rites. Iona, Shield of Emeria. Tasty. Tasty. Did you have more magic cards you wanted to cast this game, opponent? That's weird. It'd be a shame if you weren't able to do that anymore. This one. Baby got back. Choose a color for Iona. White. I would like to pick white. I would like to say you can no longer cast white spells, opponent. Iona's a biggin. They don't make little 7/7 angels, chat. She's almost 2 Sarah angels. Come on now. Come on now. Appreciate her in all her majesty. Alright, so this is a Bantu's matchup. It's probably an EE matchup. This is an Abrupt Decay matchup. So, in reality, they're a control deck, right? Is this a Ravenscrime Loam matchup? Is this a Ravenscrime Loam matchup? What do we think? In my heart, they all are. Yeah, Spellbomb's probably fine. Emeria is decent for... I mean, we have Ghost Quarter. It's probably a Loam matchup because Loam lets us get Ghost Quarter in field to take them off Emeria, right? I probably don't want these Kitchen Finks, right? Like, they don't have a ton of things. Do I think Kitchen Finks or Lingering Souls are better here? Kitchen Finks is probably... I guess this trumps their flyer, right? I probably don't want the Last Sweeper. Magic a Fiend, thank you for the 7-month resubscription. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I would like the record to reflect, Japs, that we had Rest in Peace in our Emeria sideboard yesterday that I was sent. So I think your assessment that they can't play it is a little aggressive, and that people can and do play it in the archetype. We did not play Delver Fate today. I had to send my buddy that's giving me cards a list of cards that to put together to hand me tomorrow last night. So I have settled on a final list for the weekend, and we're not tuning or testing anymore. Played enough matches of Magic. Played enough matches of Magic with that. You can find my blue-red deck list that I'm playing this weekend on my website. I go to the gym a couple days a week, but nothing too rigorous. Mostly just like, I mostly just want to be able to chase my children without falling down. And do more cardio than weightlifting. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this. I think this isn't quite good enough. The Loam and the Rites just don't really accomplish anything. Keep this. My rigorous workout routine is show up and play on things that have pulleys and weight machines for an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And then I run 2 to 3 miles, walk 2 to 3 miles, jog 2 to 3 miles. Oh no, not Relic of Progenitors. How can we ever win the game now, chat? This is my Scavenging Ooze. It is a 2/2. Is it silly to play explosives out and just blow it up for 1? I might just play it and blow it up for 1. I really don't want to lose the back half of my Lingering Souls. And like Relic's gonna be annoying with my Snapcaster Mage too. I like how Moto just like randomly decides to choke up. And then it's fine again. Or I skipped through it and I'm an idiot. Yeah, that too. I was pressing buttons while it was choking up. This does give them the opportunity to Stone Rain me. The fact that they tapped out here means that I get to EE and blow this up though, which is nice. I did a lot of biking in undergrad. I basically took my bike everywhere. The school I went to for the first 2 years was about 5 miles from where I lived, so I often biked to that. And then I got married and got fat. You know what? This whole sequencing might be loose. Yeah. Because, like, they have the Sarah Ascendant now, too, so maybe I should save the path for that. Although the fact that they didn't activate the Relic right away is actually really good for us here now, because I get to blow this up, and then I get to keep the Path to Exile in my bin, which means that I get to snap it back. I'm gonna get a Hallowed Fountain here. Need a blue source. I guess I could get a second green. I need a second green more than anything else. So you should always Relic as soon as you have the opportunity to. Opponent getting pretty punished for not doing so here. I just don't cook anything really. So like when I was an undergrad, I subsisted on like cheese and crackers and peanut butter and like hummus. Just like high protein, minimal effort meals. I never say yes or no to deck lists without seeing an actual deck list. So if you're wondering, hey, is this something Hoagland would play? You should click the submit deck button underneath the stream and fill out the form. Well, popping the Relic now gives me access to my Snapcaster Mage. So, Or it gives me access to Path on the Snapcaster Mage, and it puts them down a card. So I think putting them down a card is worth just popping the relic now, popping it now, in addition to giving me more access to things like this down the line. For $100+ I'll play almost anything you want to send in a league. For less than that, usually I expect it to be able to win games of Magic. Do we have to submit proven decks? No. Actually, this is really easy. Anything on my website, you are welcome to donate for without approval. Anything in the, let me rephrase, anything in the proven or bruised section on my website, those are decks that I'm always willing to play. It'll push is a good pickup, so I get to go ahead and play Lingering Souls, which deals with the Squadron Hawks nicely. Oh, surgical memes. Holy gosh, I need to, I'm gonna make a request. I've completely forgot about that one. I completely forgot. How have we completely, I'm sending a message to my editor, my graphics guy right now. What's that card called? It's Surgical Extraction, Shadowborn, Apostle, and Emrakul. Here we go. He sent me over six more banners this morning. I can't believe I'd forgotten about surgical memes. What? If you haven't watched the Shadowborn Apostles deck, you should go watch it. It's worth your time. It's worth your time. So they have Runed Halo, Path, Triple Squadron Hawk. It's up there, Persip. It's up there. Bye, friends. I'm gonna go watch the memes. It's definitely worth watching. Yeah, too much of a good thing is bad. You don't want to do too much of a good thing. If you eat candy every day, you end up with a stomach ache. Yeah, I plan to, Nilla. In fact, the decks that I sent... Where's the next set of banners? I don't think I'm going to get these done before the weekend, but he sent me banners for Enduring Ideal, Red-Black Hollowed One, Blue-Green Polymorph, the Kiln Fiend deck, Blue-Red Prison, and Cobra Sahili. So I plan to get all those added along with surgical memes. And there's probably even more than that I want to add eventually, but it takes time and money. I have to pay for the artwork, and I have to pay for... I have to pay to get artwork done. I have to pay for other stuff. I have to actually have time to do it myself. Is this a value gifts? So they can Ghost Quarter me again here. Is it absurd? I think I'm gonna Ghost Quarter, or I think I'm gonna Gifts Ungiven for 4 lands. No, you get to use card art on fan sites for free. That's something that Wizards of the Coast allows you to do. Kiln Fiend is gonna go under Bruise, Diva. I'm gonna put Kiln Fiend under Bruise. So I think I'm gonna get Life from the Loam and 3 green sources here. What are my green sources I have left in my deck? I have Temple Guard and Overgrown Tomb. Perfect. I think I'd rather get fetches than the actual lands. There's 16 decks up on my website currently. And like I said, I plan to eventually add everything there that we've played 3 or 4 times on stream and that I think is a reasonable or a super funny deck to throw in the meme section. So that's my goal with the site. Make it really easy to access the decks that we've played a bunch. No, I was never planning on playing Blue-Red Fae today, Apostle. At one point, I thought about doing only Fae yesterday, but then we had Moto downtime on Wednesday, so I had to make up for that missed time. And I've already settled on a list. Is Jeskai Thing there? We've actually only played the Jeskai Thing deck once, so we actually only played the Jeskai Thing deck once. I think I want my minimum to be 3 leagues before I put a deck on the site, because I want to make sure that I have like a reasonable opinion and like played enough matches to know the ins and outs of the deck before I list it there. Savage Rocker, those YouTube things that are embedded there, those are playlists of every league we've ever played with the deck. So what you're asking for is already there. My deck list is on my website now, Apostle Man. I updated it this morning. All right, this Life from the Loam just makes like their stupid attacking our lands plan just like super embarrassing. Just like get out of here. Yeah, Indianapolis is pretty close for me. It's about a 2.5-hour drive, so Matt and I are leaving this evening to head that way. Well, I appreciate it, Tony V. Thanks for the support. Without you all, I wouldn't be able to be here like I am. Yeah, having the site work on mobile was a big priority for me. I've been checking how it looks on my phone as I make updates. It's funny. Whenever I hear people talk from other countries about how the United States gets so much stuff, it's funny that people don't realize how far we travel to get to things. When I was traveling to play a ton of SCG events, we would drive 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours to get to tournaments. In fact, anything that was within 7 hours driving distance of where I'm at was considered automatically we were showing up if it was a major tournament. We drove to Atlanta, we drove to Minneapolis, we drove to Columbus, and like these were trips that we often did. Like I remember times where like we would get off of work at 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening and then drive that night to the tournament that we were going to, and like get to the hotel at like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m., sleep for 6 hours, then wake up and play the tournament all day. They did name Grape Shot for some reason. Correct, yeah. Imagine driving 8 hours and then getting... I'd be lying if I didn't say that's part of why I stopped traveling. You cast Gifts Ungiven. Clearly this is a Storm deck. at the end of the day, Magic is about the people. It's not about the actual games that you're playing, by and large. Especially, at least the trips for me. If Magic is only about, and this is honestly why I moved to playing Magic Online and streaming. Like, if I want to play the game to only be about the Magic, I am much better off sitting at my house playing Magic Online in my basement, because I get to play so much more actual Magic while playing Magic Online than going to any tournament on any given weekend. Like, if your goal is only to play a ton of Magic, you should play Magic Online instead of playing Paper Magic. The purpose or reason to play Paper Magic is for the social experience. That's what makes Paper Magic worth playing in my mind. I think I'm just taking a draw step here. I'm not going to attack yet because I should have escalated this brutality because I have all these lands. I got you, Jackal Girl. Look at that. Look at that. Iona beat the mono white deck. All right, we're 2-1. We beat humans. We beat Martyr Proc. What did we lose to? We lost to mono blue Tron. Slow and steady. Fair deck Friday here. We've got Teamer, Midrange, and Grixis Dragons coming up after this. And then if time permits, we're going to wrap the stream up with Bant Spirits. We might actually not make it to Bant Spirits today. Blue-white control took a while this morning, and we're playing this 4-color gifts deck, which might be a 2-hour league as well. And then Grixis Dragons and Teamer Midrange both have potential to go long as well. That happens after I'm done streaming for the day, Carpe. So the only time I bump up and change the schedule during the day is for $100+ donations. Otherwise, there's just too much going on if I'm, like, updating the spreadsheet and everything in between. So that'll throw the Goryeo Kiki deck to the top of the queue for the next time we stream. Most likely, I would assume. You should concede so you can play Bant. I like this deck, though. I'm not conceding. Karn, but Zach, you're the worst. Don't wish that upon me. Woo! I was gonna say, if this is a Tron land, it's Zach Elstic's fault, okay? Yeah, if you want to see what deck I'm playing this weekend at the Open, you want to go to my website and click on the Blue-Red Delver Fey deck under Brews. Rude. I mean, is Burn that bad? Like, I don't have Collective Brutality, but like, ooh, this game just got a lot better for us. Because the fact that they're playing Legion Loyalist means they're playing 8-Whack, which makes this Wrath of God a much better card. Here we go again. Here we go again. Should have known again. Oh, here we go again. The Urborg's a great draw here, because it means I don't have to take more damage from my lands. We could just die to Goblin Grenades here. Indies and SCG Open. Our hand is still a little slow. Not having any interaction on 3 could be the death of us. Goblin Grenade is a very good Magic card. You are not wrong. Alright, I mean, if we somehow manage to get to Elesh, Norn will be at a great spot. I don't think we're ahead here. It really depends on what they have in their hand. They have a lot of cards that could kill us. You are always dead to double grenade. You're not wrong. This bodes well for us. Okay, that's a grenade that didn't hit my face. Some kind of interaction, please. Last card always kills you. It's really unfortunate. Just any piece of spot removal there, and we probably would have bridged to stabilizing. If you go to GP Vegas and not play Hallowed One, have you really been to Vegas? You're not wrong, Carl. You're not wrong. Witness is pretty slow. I think I like this. I think I want to leave Iona in my deck still, because there's going to be situations where all they can do is burn us out. Spellskid actually seems okay. No, I don't think this is a Damping Sphere matchup. I think that card's not quite good enough. Just needed any spell that game. What else do I want to cut here? Yeah, maybe the Iona's not good enough. That's probably true. Just getting Thragtusk is probably fine to get out of range. I don't want to draw Iona. Well, this is our mana base. Yeah, I think Damping Sphere is much too narrow. Remember, chat, Damping Sphere is symmetrical, and our deck's trying to, like, Snapcaster Mage and play 1 mana spells here, so... I'm gonna fetch Shock here, just so I get to be mana efficient. This allows me to path to Exile next turn, too. So I want to get a Godless Shrine here, and Fatal Push their thing. If we draw a green source, we could be in an okay spot this game, because the Scavenging Ooze will be pretty valuable. Okay, that's great. To fetch a Shock land tapped. It's possible I should have played Screws on 2 there. See that going either way. I kind of like just getting a Shock land tapped, though. Lets me get Temple Garden to set up to sweep if we need to later. More lands is great. So, Scavenging Ooze hopefully lets us bridge to Gifts for Elesh Norn. This deck can't play around Blood Moon, don't bother. You're going to lose more games trying to play around Blood Moon not being able to cast your spells than you're going to win because you fetched and beat Blood Moon. Beating Blood Moon is very unlikely with a deck like this. Don't bother. I don't think that's strictly true, Def Fangirl. Like, we definitely have better draws than, like, what we had here, I think. I don't have Elesh in my deck I don't have Iona in my deck right now. And chat, the other thing too is, remember, if Elesh is in play, they can't Goblin Grenade us. Goblin Grenade is their biggest source of reach. Elesh says you can't grenade because your goblins don't survive. All right, they could have 3 bolts in their hand, chat. Their hand could be triple lightning bolt. Good news. We're gonna close this game out real fast. And by real fast, I mean next turn. Put him to 16, put 12 power into play. Sweet. All right, good. Good stuff, good stuff. Collective Brutality into Spellskate into Thragtusk. For blue-white spirits and a timeout, I got you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Battling some modern as always. Would love like a fatal push or a path here. Ask and you shall receive. This game we're probably gonna end up fetching a bunch of basics here, right? I would love some food, wife. Dingus Khan, thank you for the 1 month free subscription. I do appreciate that. Well, they got cute here and didn't attack with Goblin Guide, so I get to kill that one with Brutality. Yeah, no problem, Dingus. Always happy to help other people in the community grow. We're definitely escalating, right? And I feel like I want my lands. Do I not full escalate here? Oh, I escalate ditching the Tusk and the Rites. Yeah, that's the line. That's the line. That's super right. It didn't occur to me that the Thragtusk we'd get a turn sooner. It didn't occur to me that we get the Thragtusk a turn sooner. And now I get to do this. Because if they kick the Bushwhacker, I get to go ahead and crack Engineered Explosives. I actually take less damage letting them sack the Fanatical Firebrand here. Yeah, our gifts are now value gifts. When someone said our last hand was our best possible hand in this matchup, this hand was much better. The fact that we just like had interaction on curve every single turn of the game is just huge. Yeah, they're just conceding. Yeah, we're gonna put Thragtusk into play and they're pretty far gone. All right, sweet. 3-1 with the gift stack. I think this hand was better even without the push, but the push definitely helped it over the top. The push definitely pushed it well over the top. DJ Swag Tuskerson. That seems pretty good. Potentially. It needs some lands, but we get to go Scooze into Finks potentially, which sounds appealing. And that hand did actually line up into beating Blood Moon too, which is funny. Elves? Elves, okay. All right, we've got Supreme Verdict in the opener. Here's the question. I think I'm just supposed to pass here. I think I want the Scooze Post Sweeper, right? Pretty confident I want the Scooze Post Sweeper. This gets Godless Shrine, and then hopefully we rip land into the land here and get to curve Finks into Verdict. Thragtusk was made to beat Vapor Snag. Thragtusk was designed to beat Vapor Snag out of blue-white Delver in Standard. Nice zip tick. Crystal Brand is great. We're playing a Hallowed Fountain deck. I'm scared. There's only one Hallowed Fountain in our deck though, so like it's just like a partial Hallowed Fountain deck. All right, I'm gonna get a Hallowed Fountain or a Godless Shrine here so I can get my auto pass on. Yeah, Mana Leak was legal at the time, but we had Cavern of Souls too. You put your Cavern on Beast and you cast your Thragtusk and you put your middle fingers in the air and said, "Get out of my house, Delver player." Sounds good, Pythrion. Ugh. This is a decent turn too. Alright, if we hit running lands, we could maybe be in the game. Alright. Alright, don't tease me, deck. Don't tease me now. You've given me the first untapped land, deck. You're giving me the illusion of hope, deck. I need you to deliver. My body is ready to draw Lumbering Falls next turn, which is aptly named in situations like this. But I want you to know, well, they had no cards in hand. That's vomit-inducing. That's a little vomit-inducing. Please be unlucky. Please be unlucky. Please be unlucky. Please be unlucky. All right, they just got poopers here. We can beat poopers, chat. Poopers are beatable. Little poopers are beatable. All right, $10 if you draw Lumbering Falls. All right, I'll feel less bad since we have an offer up. Why does this deck run Lumbering Falls? So you can tilt off the face of the planet when you draw it and not cast your Verdict on 3. On 4, whatever turn it is. Come on. Come on. Poppy needs an untapped land. Come on, cast your Elves. What's the worst that can happen? Alright, survey says... Please don't insult my opponents, at least not in non-specific ways like that. Be specific. You want to say my opponent made the wrong play, same thing like when you say I make the wrong play. Be specific and constructive and don't be rude about it. Ayo! Ayo! Na dun dun da 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 do 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 do. Ooh, baby, baby. Ooh, baby, baby. Alrighty. Alrighty. Here. You got me an Elesh Norn for Christmas, opponent? I didn't even get you anything. I didn't. Oh, the Unburial Rites is in our hand, chat. The Unburial Rites is in our hand. Oh, no. Oh, no. All right, so I'm just going to get Elesh Norn and Iona here. And then we'll just draw another untapped land. I forgot the Unburial Rites was in my hand. God bless us, everyone. Timmy don't want nothing for Christmas no more. That's the worst. That's, you know. Oh, it's good to be lucky, chat. Thank you for the bits, Bardic. It's good to be lucky. Never forget, if anybody asks if you'd rather be lucky or good, you choose lucky every time. Every time. Never not lucky. Thragtusk and Batterskull are too slow. Let's get them out. Explosives is fine. How did we do? The blue-white control deck we played was really bad. Just the TLDR, the version that was submitted was not good. Elesh Norn doesn't have a legendary hat. She's very sad. Very, very sad. So this is a good lesson for everybody. Not 10 bucks, 10 bits, you luck sack. The no-fly list doesn't mean I won't play those decks. The no-fly list just means I won't play it for $10. Their decks... It's the list of things that you better be a baller if you want to see me play them. Better be a baller. Boy Toy Troy, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thanks for helping me stick around here. I feel like this is an easy mulligan, right? Ah, yes. The classic basic forest Overgrown Tomb, Supreme Verdict keep. If I put in a donation for Lantern now, can we wait for 3 years for it to be played? Oh, chat. Oh, no. Oh no! Who put Overgrown Tomb Basic Forest Academy runes? Do you want to say I'm excited for your blue-red performance in India? I've been following it closely. Awesome! Yeah, I'm excited to play this weekend too. Should be fun. Was Abzan Enchantress good enough to be replayed? Maybe. Maybe. It definitely was better than I thought it was going to be, but that was a low bar. Work on it, Jeremy, and then maybe resubmit it, and I'll let you know what I think. Why don't they make 4-mana sweepers that cost green, chat? I don't understand. Why aren't there 4-mana sweepers that cost green? You've been on the receiving end of that one, haven't you, Zach? I have no idea why there's an Academy Runes in this deck, if I'm being honest. We have like an Engineered Explosives in the sideboard, I guess, and a Batterskull in the main. It seems loose. Cadney, thank you very much for the brand new Twitch Prime. I know there's a lot of people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month. All right. We came, we tried, we died. But here's the thing about Modern, chat. You need your hateful artifacts much sooner than Gifts Ungiven for Academy Rune Life from the Loam hateful artifacts. Casting Gifts Ungiven for these cards with an Academy Runes is far too slow. Far too slow. I think this isn't good enough. I don't think I can keep 0 interaction. Okay, in. If there's a colored producing land on top of our deck, yeah, I think I'm not going to fetch here on 1 because I want to guaranteed draw that land, I think. I don't know, Zach. I don't know. They don't have a 1-drop. Well. All right, so this is Overgrown Tomb plus, I can't get Temple Garden. This is definitely Overgrown Tomb. And then what is this other one getting? Is this Overgrown Tomb Hallowed Fountain here? No, I want to get another green source so that way I can cast Eternal Witness and pick a fetch land back up. So I'm getting Breeding Pool. And then the next one we'll get a white source, I guess. I technically have double white, chat. Don't shame my mana base. My mana base is very sensitive about itself. Ooh! Academy Runes heard us talking crap, chat, so it showed up to show us why it's here. Academy Runes is like, yo dog, I heard you were crap talking me, so I'm here to give you the business. Do I just path here? Probably. Probably. I do need to save a path for this Dorko at some point. We really want to draw gifts. How would I build the mana base? I'd have to sit down and think about it. This mana base is not an easy task. Like, just less colorless lands is probably pretty close to being okay. The best use of this Academy Runes is to Ghost Quarter it. It's funny because it might be true. Okay, E for 2 looking pretty good here. Oh, Wrath of God. Oh, Wrath of God. Yeah, I plan to chump block and then path my Eternal Witness for our basic planes. And then probably cast Wrath of God next turn. We just need to survive to find a Gifts Ungiven, basically. I don't want to Ghost Quarter myself because, like, I could just draw Elesh Norn and then cast it too at some point. It's a good draw. Means I get to spot check for a collected company here. Missouri. Okay. I don't actually know the answer to that question offhand. I assume the way it's built, it's easier to get white just based on the spells, but I haven't actually done the calculus to figure that out for certain. Woof. Okay. That's a good one. That's a good one. I definitely had that stop there before we drew, right? Just classic moto. They should have eaten our engineered explosives proactively here, because now I get to path this and then I get to put, oh, they're just gaining one. Deal. That's good for me. Yeah, maybe. I definitely think there's a little bit of ambition in like wanting like black, black, white, white. We have like all these different colors worth of things. We might get ground out by this West Vale Abbey here, actually. Or they're just doing that. Okay, that's super aggressive. Oh, you know what? I probably should have gotten another green source here, because if we draw a Scavenging Ooze of our own, it would be pretty good. Oh, I can Ghost Quarter them, right? I should totally Ghost Quarter them. Alright, so that. Cast this. Azuri cannot regenerate himself. He says another target elf, so we get to kill. We get to kill Azuri here. Sure. I'm gonna Ghost Quarter them now so they can't make a 1/1 in response. What's going on, Trax? Trax, we may or may not make it to Bant Spirits today. We've had some long leagues so far. We're actually almost dead on board, right? We're taking 9 next turn. Need to draw a live one. That'll do. That'll do, pig. That'll do. The reason why I didn't runes during my upkeep was because I can't runes plus play EE plus activate in the same turn, so I might as well just wait. Yeah, we're definitely going to be playing dragons today. Well, they drew 3 cards, so we're probably dead. I guess we have more sweepers to draw too. We need to draw a sweeper here. Yeah, we're playing. This is the last match of this league. We're definitely playing Temur Midrange and Grixis Dragons, but I need to be done by like 4:30 or 5, so we might not get to Bant Spirits today. Man, I'm dead on board, right? Because of the Scavenging Ooze. No, I didn't want to let him pump all of his things. Didn't want to let him hit me for extra damage. We Ghost Quartered. Maybe I shouldn't have Ghost Quartered, right? If I don't Ghost Quarter, I could have cast this. Yeah, they have plenty of things. Good games, opponent. All right, 3 and 2. Feedback on the 4-color gift stack. Could have regrown EE. Sure, I could regrow EE, and then regrowing EE cost me 2, and then I could play it for 1 and blow it up and accomplish exactly nothing. So that doesn't actually do anything. You are right that that was a legal game action, but it doesn't actually change the result of the game. Regrowing EE accomplished nothing, whereas drawing a card let me draw to a sweeper or a piece of spot removal. They could also exile the EE in response, so I couldn't even do that. The Scooze is the reason. We did have mana EOT. They had Scavenging Ooze apply. I could have done it in response to the Scavenging Ooze. Was that better? And again, this is why I time people out for not giving specific feedback, because how am I supposed to know what you're talking about if you're not specific? If we would have done it in response if we had mana at end of turn, I could have killed these and then only taken 2. Yes, correct. See, so that's a good line. See how when we actually have a dialogue, instead of you just telling me I'm wrong with no specifics, it's useful and helpful. So the people that were specific and said, we could have Academy runes in response to this to then blow these 2 up to have them only have 2 power in play. That's specific and useful, and then we would have had more turns instead of trying to draw to a Wrath. So that is correct. If we had this up at the end of the turn, I think we did, we could have put the explosives on top in response to the Scooze and then blown it up on 2. So that is definitely a specific and useful piece of feedback, which is what we're looking for here. Sure, but even if they didn't play the Elite there, I still get an extra turn by taking the Scooze off the table, which is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to prolong the game to give myself more opportunities to draw outs. The MTGO window is fine. It doesn't have the chat up when I do this. There's no chat when I click back in here at the end, so normally my chat is over. And that's not a tough beat. Like, I messed up and we lost because we messed up, and that's okay. We learned from it instead of just someone coming in here and, you know, taking a crap on me because they wanted to take a crap on someone and feel smart. All right, so final comments on the deck. The mana base is silly. While the Academy runes was okay there specifically, I think this is greedy. I think the Ghost Quarter in here is greedy too. I think 3 colorless lands is kind of silly. I would be very, very surprised if Lumbering Falls is the correct creature land in this deck. Oh no, friendly fire. Someone unban Essenine Wolf. I clicked on them by mistake. Someone unban them, please. I would be surprised if this wasn't supposed to be Creeping Tar Pit. So, yeah, Creeping Tar Pit is just one of the best creature lands in these colors. All right, moving. Shambling Vents is also good. Actually, yeah, that's true, actually. I've really liked Shambling Vents every time we've played it. And we have double white and double black spells in our 75. Yeah, I think Shambling Vents is the creature land I would play, actually. Andre, hey Jeff, glad to be helping you build Hoaglandia and be able to catch you live. Actually just came in to send the resub message before the next one's up. Thanks for the awesome content. Thank you, Andre. Appreciate it. Make sure you fill out the new form if you want to submit a new deck for the tier 3 sub. I appreciate that absurd level of support. Or if you just want to bump something that's already in the queue, just send me a whisper. All right, what do we got? What do we got next? What do we got next?